Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. As I said earlier, after the ship the late model race we've just seen at Volusia, now we turn our attention to the WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. And it is qualifying up now, and I think we've got quite a full set. I think we've got near 50 cars in attendance right now. We'll have some drivers on the racetrack and we'll try and go through some of those drivers. So in the Oz Sim Racing Speedway in Botcha Race Parts, car number 24, Dale Grother. Dale Grother in the 24. Bob King at the moment goes quick time with a 15.016. Ricky Sanders with a 14.924. 0.093 quicker than Bob King at the moment. Dale Jordison fourth, was third. Dale Grother goes to position 5, make that 6 as Zach Masters. That's a qualifying time of 15.034. Tommy, you're on in VR. Lachlan Smith, quick time with a 14.869. You're watching the 30 of Ryan Harris on screen. 25th quick with a 14.423. Make that 26th, 27th. He's going down the order. The 113 of Brenton West, Dylan Simmerman up to position 5. Try and look through some of the drivers. In fact, we've got just a little bit over a minute. Jock Goodyear in the not in the 112, in the 12 car. Last week's feature winner. Was he last week's feature? I can't remember. Last night he won the feature race at Linear, so well done to Jock on that one. Jock Goodyear 5th quick with a 14.980. But now with a 14.973, just goes 3/1000 of a second quicker than James Rice, who sits position 5. How about Joel Berkeley in second quick with a 14.878. Berkeley may have one more chance to get a lap in here. At 20 seconds. And that cushion already in 3 and 4. Here's an absolute bell ringer. Berkeley looking for one more time. 9/1000 of a second off Lachlan Smith's time. Oh, a little mistake there from Berkeley. It's not going to bode too well. There it is, qualifying done and dusted. Well done to Lachlan Smith. Now we did say the inversion of 32. So that we should have 4 heat races. Let's go back to my notes here in just a moment. Top 3 from each heat race will go to the main event with the 8 inversion. D main will be 8 laps, 4 transfer. We'll have a C main, 12 laps, 4 transfer to the B. And then 16 laps, 5 transfer to the main event as well. So plenty of racing to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Round number 2 of the WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. And Tom, if you did reply, for some reason I can't see it, but if you're on an Oculus, go to their website and install that March patch again that they had out. Mine had the issue where it wasn't loading, so it could be an Oculus issue. Heat number 1 on the racetrack right now, and we have our fastest qualifier coming from row 4, so it's going to shake things up. We'll see what we have here. Starting on the pole in car 500 in the Volusia Racing, it's George Fullerton. To his outside in car number 35, it's Nathan Clark. At a position number 3 in the 07 in the Transport Equipment Hire Pumper, it is Trent Gosley. To his outside in car number 55, it's Marcus Kenitzka. Starting out of position 5 in the 113, it is Brenton West. And to his outside in the Gavin Sadler Racing 99, it's Dale Jordison. This is where our fastest qualifiers come from. Row 4 on the inside, and the SSR finishing top 5 in the late models. It's Bob King in caliber 51 out of position 7. To his outside, the 911 of Lachlan Smith out of position 8. Mason Merritt will start 9th. And that is our 9 cars on track for heat race number 1. Top 3 to the main event. In fact, we might have 5 heat races here this evening. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
When the green flag is out, that's when the guys can get on the gas, and we are racing. Keep an eye on the 4th row, and where Bob King and Lachlan Smith are going to look to make their way through the field. Through turns 1 and 2, everyone is off of each other at the moment. No contact, 3 wide, Fullerton through the middle. Jordison and Kinetska have contact. Lachlan Smith getting on by up to position number 4. As 3 wide into 1 and 2 with King and Smith side by side going through the field together. 3 wide, Gosley way up over the cushion, and he's going to lose about 4 spots. Smith into position number 3, and look at George Fullerton. You're about to have a rearview mirror full of an SSR couple of cars. Clark and Fullerton side by side. In fact, Clark falls back to position number 2. The battle is on for that 3rd and final transfer spot between the 2 teammates. Smith now up to position number 3. Still plenty of time to get through, as here goes Smith putting the move on Clark, and he gets up into position number 2. And now keep an eye on King. He's going to look to put the slider on. Oh, Smith and Fullerton, they come together. And Lachlan Smith goes to the race lead. Oh no, Fullerton and Clark upside down. And Dale Jordison, the lucky recipient out of that one. He goes into position 3 and now sits in a transfer spot in a direct for tonight's main event. Brenton West in the 113 in position number 4. Then you go back to the 55 of Marcus Kinetska. So an interesting start to tonight's race in the heat number 1 of the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. And so far in this series, if Lachlan Smith can wrap up a heat win, it would be the 5th time out of 5 heats that we've seen the fastest guys start out of position 8 get the win. Now all these drivers are racing for points as well. You get points in qualifying, points in your heat race, and points in the main event. They all add up towards the end of season points. Into 3 and 4 for the penultimate time, and the 911 of Lachlan Smith. No need to call 911. You might need to call 000 because he's just put a hurting on the rest of the field. Lachlan Smith through turns 1 and 2. Into 3 and 4 for the final time, and in version of 12, I believe he might start on the outside of the 6th row. For tonight's feature, he gets the job done. Lachlan Smith beating home Bob King and Dale Jordison in 3rd. Brenton West, we have Marcus Kinetska in 4th and 5th. And those guys will see in the C or B mains. We'll see him in the B mains for sure. Might see him in the C. It's heat race number 2 on the racetrack right now. Starting on the pole in caliber 57, it's Anthony Bland. To his outside, the 67. He is the New Zealand one in the 410 wingless. It is Brayton Davison out of position number 2. Out of position 3 in caliber 37 in the Nice Energy Drink, it is Shannon Jordan. To his outside in position number 4, it's a Lightning Sprint racer of Matty Reid. At a position 5 in caliber 48, it's Dean Thrower. And to the outside in caliber 29, out of position number 6, it's Jake Maloney. Inside row number 4 in caliber 29, in fact 95, it is Zach Masters, and to his outside in the 9 machine, it's Joel Berkeley. At a position number 9 in car number 14, it is Brandon Carroll, and to the outside of row number 5 in the Andrews Crane Hire VRT, it's the 97 of Danny Vassell. Ten laps, heat race number 2, another 3 into the main event after this one. No, after this one, after heat racing and our B mains. The final race of the night. 4th on back, we'll go to the B, C, and potentially D main. Anthony Bland, Brayton Davis in the front row. Pace truck is in. Guys getting a little antsy as the green flag is out. We're underway here at Volusia. Heat race number 2. Bland on the inside of Davison, side by side out of turn number 2. Look at Matty Reid working to the outside, and this is something these guys are going to have to contend with all night, that cushion. Keep an eye on Berkeley as well. Started in position number 8. Looking to make his way through the field. Masters puts the slider on Jordan. He cuts the nose off the 46 of Matt Reid. Jordan upside down into 3 and 4. Your race leader is Davison from Bland. And then you go back to Masters and Berkeley in 4th. Matty Reid in 5th. Berkeley trying to get around the outside of the 95 of Zach Masters into 3 and 4. But here comes Matty Reid. And Berkeley's got a good run. Davison getting close to that inside tyres on the exit of turn number 4. Masters through the middle, right through the slick in 1 and 2. Berkeley to the outside. He picks up position number 3. Oh, Reid way up top. Maloney got on by. And 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. As Bland tries to run Berkeley up the racetrack. But Berkeley keeps the foot in the bucket. And he picks up position number 2. Masters now picking up 3rd from Bland in the 57. And your race leader in car number 67, it is Brayton Davison. Berkeley still got 4.5 to try and reel in your race leader and make the move. Oh, he's got to run in 3 and 4. Davison, he's been a little tight coming out of turn number 4 to where he's almost caught that inside wall several times so far. In the Speed Nation 67 of Brayton Davison. Don't look now, Brayton, because the 9 of Berkeley is hot on your heels. Through turns 1 and 2, Berkeley a lane underneath where Davison is running at the moment. And this battle for the lead, they run top and bottom in 3 and 4. Berkeley's caught up to your race leader. It's about 2/10 of a second. Now here comes Berkeley with the slider into turn number 1 and 2. But Davison with the experience on the outside, he shuts the door into turn number 3. And Berkeley, they switch lanes in 3 and 4. The white flag is out for the final time. Can Berkeley get it done? He goes top to bottom with the lane switch as Davison goes up top, side by side into 3 and 4. Can Davison break the curse of the guy starting at a position 8, getting the win off for turn 4? No! Experience pays off. Joel Berkeley gets the win. 2nd will go to Brayton Davison. 3rd is going to be Zach Masters. We'll see those guys in the main event. Maloney, Bland, and the rest of the guys didn't quite catch that one, as we are going straight into heat race number 3. So 6 for 6, and now the pressure is on Ricky Sanders. Heat race number 3, and the way they line up will be like this. Starting on the pole in the 152, it's Mick Wilson. To the outside is the 94 of Scott Butler. At a position 3 in car number 75, it's Zach Calderwood. At a position 4 in the Gavin Sadler Racing Toyota number 41, it's James Robbie. In the Speed Nations 146, at a position 5, it's Aaron Humble. And to his outside in the Austin Racing Speedflow in Botcha Race Parts, car number 24 of Dale Grover. At a position number 7, the 2 of Dylan Simmelman lines up alongside the 40 of Ricky Sanders. At a position 9, it's the 31 of Michael Crooks lining up alongside the 21 of Matthew Ralph. So we've seen the Australians come from row 4. 6 for 6. First time we see the Americans in their 4th row. And I'm sure they'll know how to get through the field. James Robbie's been one to watch so far as well. He's just consistent in finding a way to the front. Qualifying is what sort of brings that 41 down just a tad, but man, come race time, he's always fast in this, in a late model, a midget. He just somehow, he finds a way towards the front of the field. Racecraft at its finest. Here we go, Mick Wilson in the 152. Green flag is out. We're underway. Heat race number 3. And there he is, straight to the bottom side, out of turn number 2. Looking for 3rd on the inside of the 75. Zach Calderwood. Calderwood upstairs. There goes Sanders into the wall. And our car in 8th spot is not going to get that one. But can they keep the trend from the 4th row? Silverman on the inside in that number 2 machine. James Robbie through the middle of the racetrack. It's taken 2.5 laps for Silverman to get to the front from position number 7. James Robbie on the inside of the 94. Robbie now looking and taking a peek on the inside of Silverman in turns 1 and 2 in that number 2 machine. The 94 back around the outside, in fact through the middle, 3 wide. 94 coming up in front of Silverman, no. Robbie just watching this battle unfold for the race lead. Contact into 3 and 4 from Butler on Simmelman. Top 3, nearly throw a blanket and we go back to our 4th place runner, the 24 of Dale Grother. We go back to Mick Wilson in 5th, sorry. James Robbie looking for the race lead. 3.5 to go as we come out of turn number 2. Simmelman out in front from Robbie. Like I said, he races very well. It's just qualifying that is hurting that 41 machine. And now the back straighter, we go back to our 4th place runner, Dale Grother, looking for a direct transfer into the main event. I believe he got one last week at Eldora. In fact, he might have come through the B main actually. Wilson and Humble battling it out for 6th and 7th at the moment. And you go back to Ralph in the 21, Crooks in the 31, and Zach Calderwood as well on the racetrack. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Dylan Simmelman gets the job done. James Robbie, well done. Home in 2nd, the 94. Coming home in 3rd, 24 of Dale Grother. In 4th place. 5th is going to be Aaron Humble, Wilson, Ralph, Crooks, Calderwood, and Sanders in 10th. Heat number 3 complete. Heat number 4 on the racetrack right now. We'll have your grid here in just a moment. As soon as the cars roll off, we'll give you your lineup. In fact, on pole in the GSR, Gavin Sadler Racing Toyota TRD car number 71, it's Gavin Sadler. At a position at number 2 in car number 49, it is Kane Blair. At a position 3 on the inside of row number 2 in the 96, that's Darren Palmer. To his outside, it's the 42 of Troy Price. At a position 5 in the Speed Nation has a media car number 66. It's Harry Edwards, and to his outside, at a position 6 in car number 30, it is Ryan Harris. Starting out of position 7 in the 78, it is John Schultz. Starting out of position number 8 in the number 12 car from TTL, it is Jock Goodyear. And starting shotgun at the back in the Buffalo Wild Wings, car number 33. That's going to be Billy Ryan. Billy Ryan out of position at number 9. Sadler and Blair, the front row for heat number 4. I think this will be the second last heat of the night. I think we've got 5 heats here tonight. Green flag is out. We're underway. Heat 4. Racing. Oh, Harris got the cushion, got the wall. Oh, Edwards getting involved, and look at Jock Goodyear from 8th to 5th, looking for 4th off of turn number 4. He has got Palmer on his inside, but he picks up position number 4 as he runs the top of the racetrack, the only driver in the top 5 to do it. And now coming after the 78 of John Schultz, who's got Kane Blair in the 49 in position number 2. There's almost contact between Schultz and Blair. Goodyear now on the inside of Blair down the back straight away. Slide job coming from Goodyear. There it is, but Blair going to come back underneath him. Alpha turn number 4 on the bottom side. And that's what Goodyear wants, because Goodyear wants to run on the top side of the racetrack. And now he sets his sights on the tail tank of that 71 out in front. It's the cushion in the middle of turns 3 and 4. We look at about just under a second of a difference between Sadler and Goodyear, 0.958 of a second. And this battle for third right now between Blair and Schultz. Schultz getting a little tight on in the entry in the center in turns 3 and 4. Had to really get out of the throttle. Here comes Palmer in the 96 as well. Oh, Blair to the low side out of turn 2. And that's going to give Schultz a run on the top side of the racetrack. Palmer making it work on the top as well. Battle about to be on for the race lead with 3.5 to go. Sadler in the 71. He's at it all his own way, but now he's got a mirror full of a black and blue TTL car number 12 of Jock Goodyear. 3 to go. Goodyear looking to keep the 4th row dream alive with a heat win. Or will Sadler break that dream and end it? Can he be the only driver to do so? Sadler and Goodyear side by side. Goodyear got off the gas. Otherwise there would have been contact. Goodyear now goes to the cushion in 3. There's no cushion on the exit of turn 4. And with 1 lap to go, Sadler looks to break this trend up. Can he do it? 2 turns to go down the back straightaway. Sadler through the middle. Goodyear on the low side. Slide job. Oh! Little contact and Goodyear pulls off the victory. Goodyear gets the win in the last turn. For the second time we've seen it tonight. Sadler second, Blair in third. Well done. Edwards, Ryan, Schultz. That was 4th, 5th and 6th. And heat 5, the final heat of the night. Before we get into our D main, C main, B main, and then our 41 lap main event. For the rest of the season, as I said earlier on, all 360 Wing Sprint Car Series will be 41 laps in memory of Jason Johnson. Starting on the pole in heat race number 5, the final heat of the night in car number 61, it is Bryce Kenyon. Starting out of position number 2 in car number 17, it's Thomas Hunter. Out of position number 3 in the 19, it's Michael Wilson. Out of position 4 in car number 34, it's Darren Brumfield. Out of position 5, the 22 of Brett Jr. Morris. Out of position 6, it's the 015 in the Arctic Cat Ford Performance, it's Darren Lord. Out of position number 7 in the 057, it is Craig Dunn. Out of position number 8 In car number 5 in the JR Productions and Media entry, it is James Rice. Riding shotgun at the back of this one in position number 9 in car number 3, it is Lewis Hewitt. Lewis Hewitt in the 3. Final heat race of the night. Can Rice or Dunn come from row number 4 and pick up the win? We'll find out in less than 10 laps. Here we go. Green flag is out. Heat number 5. And we are 3 wide already in turns 1 and 2. Rice taking it easy on the opening lap. And Hewitt from 9th up to position 5. Oh, Rice gets away with that one. Hewitt already is up to P4. Make that P3. That was Bryce Kenyon in the 61. The 17 there of Thomas Hunter stopped on the outside of turn number 4. Brumfield comes up, takes the line away from Hewitt. Hewitt crosses back underneath him down the back straight away. Hewitt looking for 2nd. From 9th to 2nd right now. Rice back there in position number 6. Qualified well, qualified 5th. And right now sits in position number 6. Maybe in probably a C main. Oh, Hewitt. Oh, Brumfield coming through. Doesn't really let off the gas. Hewitt slides back up into 2nd place. Look at Lord on the inside of the 015 car, working the bottom side. Brumfield holding down the 3rd and final transfer spot at the moment. See Ricey in the 5 machine. In position number 6. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go. Look at Dunn. Oh, Dunn and Lord make a little contact. Dunn was coming through. Rice now on the inside of Lord in turns 1 and 2. Your race leader is Brett Junior Morris in the 22. Out in front. 2.5 to go down the back straight away in the final heat race of the night. Hewitt slowly starting to reel in your race leader. Less than 5/10, 0.582 it was. As they went past the start finish line last time by, and it is now, well, I dare say we're about a less than 2/10 right now. We'll see what it is when they go across and wait for the ticker. 0.244. Hewitt on the inside. The final lap is upon us. Brett Junior Morris becomes the first driver to win from a row other than 4th. A little bit of a celebration there. Hewitt comes home in 2nd. Brumfield 3rd. Dunn, Rice, Lord, Kenyon, Wilson and Hunter. Heat 5 done and dusted. Now we start to get to the business end of tonight's program. 8 laps. This is our D main. The top 4 will transfer into the back of the C main. Starting on the pole in car number 31, it's Michael Crooks. Starting at a P2 on the outside of the front row, it's Darren Parvata. Inside row number 2 in car number 19 at a position 3, it's Michael Wilson. At a position 4 will be the 75 of Zach Calderwood. At a position 5 it is going to be Brandon Carroll. At a position 6 will be the 17 of Thomas Hunter. Ryan Harris in car 30 will line up at a position number 7. At a position number 8 will be the 40 of Ricky Sanders. And at a position 9, the 37 of Shannon Jordan. 9 cars, our top 4 continue on. Keep an eye on our 4th row, Harris and Sanders. Not offense to the other drivers, but the more experienced drivers in the 360 wing sprint cars. Interested to see how Shannon Jordan goes as well in the 37 from position 9. Just got to make up 5 spots, but only 8 laps to do it in, so they got to be careful, but they can't waste any time in getting to the front either. Crooks, Palmer, Wilson, and Calderwood, your front 2 rows. Tonight's D-Main on the program. Top 4 go on, and we are green here at Volusia. Harris with a good start along with the 37 of Shannon Jordan. Sanders got a horrible start. He's back there in position number 8, and it's all but looking like his night might be over very early. Although, as I say that, there's a couple of cars who came together, so it's not just out of the books yet. He's still got a glimmer of hope. Watching the 37 on screen, the Nice Energy Drinks car 37 of Shannon Jordan. Right now sitting position 5, and the 14 of Brandon Carroll holding down that 4th and final transfer spot. The race leader is Wilson from Palmer. Harris in 3rd, then Carroll in 4th. Jordan in 5th, Crooks and Sanders. In fact, it's Sanders now, Crooks, as Crooks with a bit of a right rear from the GoMoney.com. Number 40. Look at this battle for first right now. They're nearly 3 wide. And Harris goes from 3rd to 1st. Looking to continue the run in the alphabet soup. Looking to do the alphabet soup. And well, Wilson not going to give it up that easy. Wilson through the middle of 1 and 2. Right through the slick stuff. Wilson up top. Sorry, Harris up top. Wilson down low. Palmer up top as well. Then you go back to Carroll on the top side of the racetrack in 4th. But not for long, because the 37 of Shannon Jordan picks up that 4th and final transfer spot. Sanders has got about a 1.5 second gap to make up in about 1.5 laps. So unless something drastic happens at the front of this field, I don't think Sanders is going to get there. This 37, this is the 4th and final car to make it through to the C main for the final time into 3 and 4. He's close, but no cigar. Ryan Harris gets the job done from Michael Wilson. 2nd is Darren Palmer. In 3rd, sorry. 4th will go to Shannon Jordan. Those 4 drivers continue on through to tonight's C main, and that comes up now. C main on track. We have our order for you here for the Citigroup Holdings starting grid for tonight's C main. In car number 78, it is John Schultz. John Schultz in car number 78 starts on pole. At a position 2 in the 015, it is Darren Lord. Darren Lord in the 015. At a position 3 in the 07 machine, it is Trent Gosley. He will line up alongside the 46 of Matthew Reed. At a position 5 in car number 21, Matthew Ralph. At a position 6 in car number 42, it's Troy Price. Starting at a position 7 in car number 61, it is Bryce Kenyon. To his outside, at a position number 8, it's the 16 of Mason Merritt. Inside row number 5 in car number 48, starting at a position 9, it's Dean Thrower. At a position number 10, your D-Main winner, the 30 of Ryan Harris. At a position 11, the 19 of Michael Wilson lines up alongside the 96 of Darren Palmer. And Shannon Jordan, trying to keep the dream alive in the 37, starts at a position number 13. Our top 4, once again, will go through to tonight's B main. This is the C main on track. As we go green this time by off of turn number 4. We're rolling out of turn number 2 now. The pace truck will pull in. All starts are controlled by the iRacing green flag. If there's, in the A main, if there's a yellow and we need a single file restart, it will be on the leader. Schultz, Lord, Gosley, Reed, your top 2 rows. Green flag is out, C main underway. Top 4 once again will make it on through. Matthew Reed, a shocker. Certainly a Barry Crockover star. Look at Dean Throw on the inside of the 48. Trying to make some moves. Oh, Darren Lord. Does everyone get through? Look at this, 3 wide. Look at Harris through the middle. Just picking off cars like you wouldn't believe. And then Harris and Thrower. They came together on the entry to turn number 1. Oh, we got a Ruse car upside down on the back straightaway. Schultz, your race leader from Gosley. Matthew Ralph, Bryce Kenyon, your top 4. Bryce Kenyon in the yellow 61. You go back to Dean Thrower. Matthew Reed in 5th and 6th at the moment. With 9 to go. Oh no, Matty Reed jumps the cushion and that's his night done for. Upside down. Oh, Ralph. Loose in turns 1 and 2. And oh, that's no good for the 16, I believe that was. No, 19 of Michael. No, Mason Merritt in the 16. Shannon Jordan in the 37. In position number 7, looking to pick up position 6. He'll then have to catch the 96 of Darren Palmer and then also catch the 48 of Dean Thrower, who's also in a transfer spot right now, holding down position number 4. Race leader on screen is John Schultz, 2nd, Trent Gosley. They've got a little bit of a gap there to our 3rd and 4th place cars. Dean Thrower looking to get position 3. Bryce Kenyon through the middle, makes a little mistake in 1 and 2, but he goes back to position 4. And just fighting for this one. Keep an eye on Palmer in the 96 now. He's got a run on Kenyon down the back straight away. Kenyon gonna go the slide job. No, keeps it on the bottom side through the slick. Now gonna fall back to 5th place. So now 1 spot out of a transfer for the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. Palmer, position 4. And this is your race leader on screen in the 78. That's John Schultz with just 3 laps to go. And it's crucial that these guys are getting laps on at the moment, because if they want to be able to continue on in tonight's main event, they're going to come through the B main, which will have top 5 going through. So 1.5 to go. Schultz from Gosley, Thrower on screen in the 48. You go back to Palmer in that 4th and final transfer spot. Harris, he's going to have one last crack at this one. He's almost close up. I don't think he's going to get there. Maybe a couple of laps, and unfortunately Harris is going to miss out. Ladies and gentlemen, John Schultz gets the win from Trent Gosley, Dean Thrower and Darren Palmer. They can, well, Palmer, I believe, is the only one that come from the D main through to the C main and then into the B main. So well done to Palmer. Now a B main here, 15 laps, 16 laps in fact. Top 5 we'll go on through. Let's take a look at our starting grid here for tonight's B main. Starting on the pole In the 113, it is Brenton West into his outside, the 29 of Jake Maloney. Inside run number 2, in car number 24 at a position 3, it is Dale Grother. To the outside, scheduled to start at a position 4, it's the 66 of Harry Edwards. At a position 5 will be the 057 of Craig Dunn at a position 5. At a position number 6 in the 55, it's Marcus Knitska. At a position 7, the 57 of Anthony Bland, lining up alongside the 146 of Aaron Humble at a position number 8. At a position number 9 in car number 33, it's Billy Ryan. At a position number 10, it's the 5 of James Rice. At a position 11, the 35 of Nathan Clark lines up alongside the 97. At a position 12, it's Danny Vassell. Mick Wilson in the 152 starts out of position number 13. At a position 14, your C-Main winner, the 78 of John Schultz. At a position 15, the 07 of Trent Gosley lining up alongside the 48 of Dean Thrower. And the 96 of Darren Palmer will start at a position number 17. 17 cars, 16 laps, our top 5. Their hopes will live on for tonight's feature event, 41 laps, the main event here at Volusia, round number 2 of the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Car Series presented by Australian Speedway League. Here we go. Green flag is out and we are underway. Harry Edwards also missing the start as well, so he's going to have to serve a 15-second penalty. So already he's going to be quite a long ways back. He's going to have some serious luck if he's going to make it through. Still too wide for a lot of this field. 2-3 wide racing right now. Our first car, Craig Dunn, into the wall. Look at Rice on the outside. He's got the top side working, but at the moment he's not in a transfer spot. I think that was Humble who got all out of shape in turns 3 and 4. Grother through the middle looking for position number 2. Top 5 is where it's at right now. The race leader is Jake Maloney from Brenton West, Dale Grother. Marcus Knitska, in fact, in 3rd. Grother falling back to 5 now as he is right on the bubble. Schultz from the C-Main and looking for a top 5. He's got 5th. 3 wide. Vassell, Grother and Rice into 1 and 2. Ricey on the outside. Vassell through the middle and Grother on the low side. Man, Ricey's way upstairs right now, rolling that cushion in 3 and 4. And there's a little bit of a pile up behind on the exit of corner number 4. Man, this is hot and heavy in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. Humble and Knitska literally throwing the kitchen sink at each other. Oh, here comes Schultz on the inside of his teammate. Knitska in the 55, and now Knitska, he's got pressure from Rice on the outside, Grother on the inside, and Vassell behind him. That is the 5th and final transfer spot up for grabs right now, and there's one of 4 drivers that are going to take that one out. Ricey working to the outside in turns 1 and 2, keeping the car nice and straight. Right now, sitting in position number 5 as he rails the cushion in 3 and 4 again. Here comes Vassell on the inside of Knitska. They make contact. Knitska, he goes around. Vassell continues on. Ricey not done with just yet. Working the outside. Once again, Humble a little sideways coming off corner number 4. Right in front of John Schultz in the 78 who come from the C-Main. Palmer in position number 8. Now, he was from the D-Main in tonight's B-Main right now as it sits. Humble in the 146 in the black and yellow and white. Speed Nation 146. Battling with Schultz on the inside. That's 3rd and 4th. Whoa, Vassell got a run on Rice now. 5 to go. In the B-Main, Vassell with a slide job on Rice. No, Rice has tagged the wall a little bit. Him 1 and 2. And he got a heck of a run, and now he's rolling the cushion in 3 and 4. Man, Schultz and Humble still going at it side by side. Ricey's got to be careful. Although he's about 4 or 5 car lengths away from these two drivers right now, he's got to keep an eye and worry about what's behind him, because it's Danny Vassell. And Vassell and Rice, no! Oh, Vassell trying to force the issue on Rice. And now Vassell to the inside with a slide job. Here is Rice and Grove. They're going to come back on the inside of Vassell. 2 laps to go. And man, Ricey would be PI55ED if he's not able to transfer. Vassell into the wall and upside down. A hard ride for the 97. 1 lap to go. Oh, here we go. Look at this battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. Grother v Rice. Your winner goes to Maloney. 2nd is West. 3rd is Humble. 4th is Schultz. And at the line, 5th was James Rice. Dale Grother in 6th. Darren Palmer, Dean Thrower, Mick Wilson, Harry Edwards 10th. Vassell, Ryan, Bland, Kanitska, Clark, Gosley, and Dunn. Our 17 cars done and dusted for tonight's main event. So top 20. And here it is. It is time to take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid.
Gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Starting on the pole in car 95, it's Zach Masters. To his outside, the 99 of Dale Jordison. Out of position 3, the 3 of Lewis Hewitt lines up alongside the 71 of Gavin Sadler. The 41 of James Robbie starts position 5. Out of position 6, the 67 of Brayton Davison. Scheduled to start 7, I don't see him on the racetrack, is the 51 of Bob King, so that'll move Jock Goodyear up to position 7. At a position 8 is 22 of Brett Jr. Morris. Out of 9, the 11 of Joel Berkeley. Out of 10, the 2 of Dylan Simwin. Scott Butler and Lachlan Smith in row 6, row 7, Darren Bromfield and Kane Blair. Brenton West, Jake Maloney, James Rice and Aaron Humble. Our 18-19 cars, John Schultz in fact as well. And there's a 51. He will start position number 7. Well, for the rest of the season, as I said earlier on, this is in memory, all feature race for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series, thanks to WP Concreting. They will all be 41 laps in memory of Jason Johnson. Here we go, green flag is out and we're underway. In the main event, round number 2, we are green. 2, 3, wide, look at the cars scrambling all over the racetrack. King, Simmerman, Goodyear, Berkeley, Brett Jr. Morris involved. No, Brett Jr. Morris around hard on the inside wall. How did we stay green out of that one? I'll never know. Brayton Davison in the 67 in position 4. Oh, contact with Masters and Robbie into the outside wall. In the 41, he's going backwards. Rear end out of that race car. And your race leader is the 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Davison on the inside of Jordison with a big slide job into turn number 1 and 2. Bob King back there in position 4. Here comes the 2 of Dylan Silman on the outside in attack 3 defense. Sadler on the inside trying to make this 3 wide. Look at Berkeley rolling through the middle of the racetrack. He can't go anywhere because there's cars all over the racetrack in front of him. Masters, oh, a big moment there for Masters. He's going to lose about 4 spots, maybe even 5. Look at Sadler on the inside trying to make it work on the 9 of Joel Berkeley. Oh boy, it is hot in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. You'd almost have to be a chef, it's that hot. Dale Jordison on the bottom side. Here comes Simmelman on the outside, right in behind Bob King. Bob King in position number 3. And while these guys, while they're coming through the field, and while they're battling with each other right now, Lewis Hewitt is rubbing his hands together saying, thank you boys, let's keep at it. Very interesting if we had a restart or a yellow come out. King through the middle, Davison on the low side, Simmelman up top, and then Berkeley, well, he's low to mid. King up top in 3 and 4, Simmelman. Something he hadn't done before, he got off the gas. Berkeley now looking for 4th. He's in the top 5 right now. He's got Smith behind him and then Jock Goodyear as well. Oh, the front. Oh, caution is out. The 99 of Joel Jordison around on the exit of corner number 2. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. And we've just gone. We were just coming to complete the 10th lap before the first caution flag flies. And let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay and see what happened here to the 99. Oh, he just got a little loose and in front of him, in front of his own teammate, the 71 of Sadler. Well, Sadler had nowhere to go and he just tagged the back of him. Let's take a look from the cockpit of that race car. See how bouncy it is. Look, just listen to that throttle control, and I mean, you can just see it on the rev limit already. Look down at the tachometer on the bottom right. 5,400 RPM. Whereas you look at the likes of Lewis Hewitt, like you look at his tachometer, yeah, same thing. He's probably half throttle through the turns. Down the straightaway, they're getting to about, I don't know, about 82, 8,300 RPMs. So the first caution of tonight's WP Concreting 360 Winged Sprint Car Series here at Volusia. 41 laps in memory of the late Jason Johnson. And lights are out on the pace truck. Lewis Hewitt, Brayton Davison, Bob King, Dylan Simmelman, Joel Berkeley, your top 5. Lachlan Smith, Jock Goodyear, Gavin Sadler, Zach Masters, Jake Maloney, your top 10. Aaron Humble, Scott Butler, John Schultz, Brenton West, Kane Blair, your top 15. Darren Brumfield, James Rice, our 17 cars, Jordison as well, and then James Robbie and Brett Jr. Morris out of this one.
Green flag, green flag.
12 complete, 29 to go, and Hewitt wastes no time in getting back on the gas. Davison in second. King works to the top side in 3 and 4. Berkeley down low in 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 as well. He's got Dylan Simmelman on the top of the racetrack as well. It's a very fun line to run that top side of the racetrack. Here comes Lachlan Smith looking for a top 5. Jock Goodyear as well. Gavin Sadler in 8th with no front wing on that race car. King through the middle, side by side with Simmelman. This is for the final spot on the podium right now. Simmelman works the outside. One of only a few drivers that is able to run all the way around the top of the racetrack at the entire speed. Simmelman and King had contact off turn number 2. Simmelman works back to the outside. Berkeley trying to make it work on the top side as well. Wow, it is motocross style down the front straightaway. Something these guys have to contend with as well. Look at this battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's 2 SSR cars and 2 TTL cars. Berkeley up to position 4. Lachlan Smith in 5th, sliding up in front of his teammate. That's Bob King, and then Jock Goodyear in position 7, just waiting for a mistake. Now look at this, King back on the inside of Smith. Goodyear once again trying to make it work. Simmelman on the outside of the 67 right now. That's Brayton Davison on the bottom side of the racetrack. Simmelman up to position number 2. He has got the right rear on that cushion, and he is going to come after your race leader with 23.22 to go. Unbelievable race. Oh no, Lewis Hewitt. He jumped the cushion, he got the wall, and he gives Dylan Simmelman the race lead. Man, that was close. He saved that one. You'd almost think he'd be playing Monopoly because he got a get out of jail free card. Oh, there's some serious damage to that 3 machine. He gets it to the ER of the pits, so well done, Hewitt. Unfortunately, his night is over. Oh, King and Goodyear, they made contact in 1 and 2. And caution is out. Oh no, Goodyear backs up into the 95 of Zach Masters. Let's take a look at our Colby's iPads instant replay. King just got off the gas just a little bit here. The car was tight. Goodyear didn't realise that he just got a run. Look at that car bounce on the 51. Let's go to a different camera angle because that's not the way that these two drivers would have wanted this race to play out. And he just backs up into Masters. Masters upside, in fact it's Jock upside down. Masters missing the front nose wing on that car. Masters out of this one. Bob King still on the racetrack. He is a lap down. He should go to the rear of the field. Whew boy, second caution of the night, and well, it's right now 24 laps complete with just 2 yellows. Let's hope that we can get this one for the rest of the 16 laps in the books without no caution, because we've seen it last week at Eldora. We had just a couple of cautions, and both sprint cars and super late models, they have provided us with some fantastic racing over the first 2 weeks. $16 remain. So a distance of a B main, what we've seen tonight, Dylan Simmelman, Brayton Davison, and Joel Berkeley. Green flag is back out on the racetrack. As King, in fact, is going to hold his spot there. So I thought that cars might have gone to the back, but, well, he's just going to try and let everyone on by as safely as possible, but he's going to be able to hold his line anyway. You're watching the 67, the Speed Nation 67, the New Zealand champion in the 410 wingless of Brayton Davison in the second spot. And that has a media car as well on the front of that nose wing. Berkeley trying to hold off Lachlan Smith. Smith through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Berkeley on the cushion pretty much the entire way around of turns 3 and 4. Now Berkeley goes to the low side. Has to, well, take a little bit of evasive action because, well, that left front was getting awfully close to that inside wall. And you see Lachlan Smith made a run in 1 and 2, but unfortunately his right rear caught the wall, and once again he got a little bit of a get out of jail free card, and he's able to keep that 911 rolling on the racetrack. 11 laps to go right now for your race leader, Dylan Simmelman. This racetrack, these cars, you can see it going into 1. These cars down the front straightaway just past the flag stand. It is bouncing Davison and Berkeley into the wall simultaneously. Berkeley up top. Oh no, Berkeley into the wall. He literally rode that cushion. Hadn't been knocked that high, I mean, things would have ended up badly for that 9 machine. And, well, he's now got Maloney behind him. He falls back to position number 5. And look at Maloney on the inside. How about this? John Schultz from the B main. He is up to position number 4. Man, that 78 is on a rail down low. Whoa, John Schultz, take a bow, son. That has been an incredible drive in that 78 machine. Did he come from the C main maybe as well? B main, I know for sure. Man, Schultz in the 78, working the bottom side, throttle control at an all-time high for that driver. Your race leader with 6 to go off of turn number 4 in the TAC 3 defense. Accelerated Team VLR down on the graphics, car number 2 of Dylan Simmelman, your race leader. And I believe Berkeley back on pit road, so contacted that wall in 3 and 4, certainly hurt that 9 machine. And the caution flag flies with 5 to go. It's the Speed Nation has a media 146 of Aaron Humble. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. This could be a solo effort. Yeah, it is, just as a few drivers have done so far. Watching a replay, the 146. The motocross jumps down the front straightaway, just gets in a little too high over the cushion. Goes upside down. And well, he tries to park it on the grass, but he ends upside down and he's not done and dusted. For our third caution of the main event, and what it does set us up for, we are on 2 to green right now. We're just going to set us up for a green-white checker. Dylan Simmelman, Brayton Davison, and Lachlan Smith. Look at Davison rolling on the top side. Just trying to find that cushion, trying to see if he can make it work on the top side all the way around, or whether he just goes back to roll on the bottom side. And doing what has worked for him so far throughout the night, especially in this feature race, this 41-lap feature event, with just 3 cautions of the night. It's a testament to these drivers, not only the 360 sprint cars, but also the super late models just having 2 cautions. The lights are out on the pace truck, 1 to green. This time by, we'll get the green flag off of turn number 4, and the next 2 flags we are more than likely going to see will be the green, the white, and the checker. Let's hopefully we're able to once they get the green, once they get the white flag, there will be no more cautions. They will race it out to the end, regardless of if there is an accident or not. There we go, Simmelman, Davison, Smith. Simmelman looking to get on the gas as early as he can. Pace truck is in and we're underway. He bounces down the front straight away. Keep an eye on John Schultz, who, ladies and gentlemen, might make a challenge for a top 3 here in the closing stages of this lap. Simmelman up top, Davison down low at a turn number 4. The white flag is out. This is where they race it to the start-finish line one more time. Half a mile to go. Smith on the inside of Davison, but through turns 3 and 4, he makes his first appearance in the series and he goes 1 for 1. Dylan Simmelman getting the job done. Second goes to Brayton Davison, and Lachlan Smith take a bow in third. But I'll tell you who should take a bow is the 78 of John Schultz. What a performance from that man coming from the B main. Your winner on screen, the number 2, having some donuts. Not very good ones, but they're still donuts. Let's take a look at our City Group Holdings finishing results. Now we might have to go through a couple of discords to get a word with our drivers. So Dylan Simmelman starting 10th and coming home with the win here this evening, leading 22 of the 41 laps. Brayton Davison comes home in 2nd from 6, a good drive from him. Lachlan Smith from 12th to 3rd. What a great drive from the 911. From 19th to 4th, tonight's hard charger in the 78, it is John Schultz. And how about Jake Maloney, putting it from 19th to 4th as well. No, that was Schultz actually. 16th to 5th was Maloney. Gavin Sadler comes home in 6th. Dale Jordison in 7th. 8th is Brenton West from position 17. So not a bad drive from Brenton West as well. Kane Blair in 9th, and James Rice picking up 10 positions, starting 20th and coming home with another top 10. We go over the page. 11th was Darren Brumfield. Scott Butler in 12th. 13th was Bob King. Aaron Humble, Joel Berkeley, Jock Goodyear, Lewis Stewart, Zach Masters, James Robbie, and Brett Junior Morris rounds out our 20-car field here this evening. We have a chat with our top 3. Alright, so we'll get a word with our top 3. Just give us a couple of seconds. Alright, coming home in 3rd place tonight is the 911 Lachlan Smith. Lockie, congratulations on the 3rd. Man, that was a fun race to be a part of.
Oh, what an awesome night. Yeah, that race was great. Yeah, it was bloody awesome.
Mate, your night started off well with inside of a top 5 for qualifying again, and you know, you had your race your way to the race. You qualified first, didn't you?
Yeah. I qualified first, which was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, it's been a bit rough few weeks. I've been P6 or lower, higher, I think. So.
Well, you certainly raced your way to the front in your heat race, winning that one, starting 12th with the inversion here in tonight's feature. I mean, with the level of competition, I mean, talk about what it was like to come through that field, picking up 9 positions in a field like this. I mean, it's got to be pleased knowing that, you know, you've got the car speed to, you know, contend with Australia's best and be one of Australia's best in the sprint cars.
Yeah, it's bloody awesome. I've been getting a bit desperate lately, trying to sort out sets and figuring out where I'm going wrong. But yeah, to go from 12th through those boys, I know there was a bit of attrition, but yeah, to get through those boys, it's pretty awesome.
This racetrack, I mean, cushion deadly on the entry into the corners. The cushion was there in 3 and 4, 1 and 2. I don't think I've really seen that cushion on the top side of the racetrack, but down the straightaway, it looked like the front end of the car was just bouncing all over the joint.
Oh yeah, that was scary. Yeah, you sort of didn't know what the car was going to do lap by lap. So when you're side by side, yeah, it was a bit scary. But yeah, hopefully we can do a bit more pracky before next time and figure that out.
Well, look, well done on a 3rd place. I mean, well done overall on a fantastic night. Quick time win your heat. Literally, you had to pass quite a few cars tonight, but a 3rd place result. Well done on that one. But before we let you get out of here, accelerate with the team a bit. No doubt, I'm sure there's some people you want to thank.
Yeah, all the boys at Synergy Sim Racing, the sponsors, and yeah, just Bob. He's been a big help lately, and you, Brett, for doing the broadcast. It's always good to watch back.
All right, there we go. Lachlan Smith home in 2nd place. Home in 3rd place, sorry. Home in 2nd place tonight in the 67. Start on the outside of the 3rd row. Brayton Davison. Brayton, congratulations on a 2nd. Man, you were rolling that bottom side nicely.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. It was a lot of fun night. I hadn't run this high up in an ASL event like ever, I don't think. So this is pretty awesome. I made a few changes before the feature to the gear set to make it rev high so I could run that bottom. And I think towards the end there, I sort of needed a bit of a lower one, to be honest, because I was just revving it up. I had to almost at least like quarter throttle it around the whole track. But yeah, I probably just needed that old gear set back in it, and I think we might have had something for Dylan.
Well, would that be the only setup adjustment that you would have liked to make now? Because knowing that you pretty much ran the bottom for that entire race, I mean, there was a couple of times where you were, you know, up top in 3 and 4, but you know, you just looked so comfortable and glued on the bottom side.
Yeah, I didn't set up, and the changes I made just suited the bottom a bit more. I sort of wanted to run the bottom because I figured everyone would be on the top, so I'm not sure if I would have been able to make the changes to run the top because it looked quite tough anyway. So, but I think just with a couple minor adjustments to the gear set, maybe the wing as well, we could have been able to put it up into challenge Dylan. But yeah, it was good racing. I really enjoyed that. That was good fun. I reckon that's as close to real life as it gets.
Well done on a second place here, and congratulations on that one. But before we let you get out of here, who do you want to thank that makes the wheels turn on that 67 machine?
Just first of all, big shout out to all the boys at NZSR, making some good steps lately. Our main sponsor, Speed Nation, head to www.speednation.co.nz for all your sim racing needs. Hazard Media, Alpha Finance, Tons Racing, and yeah, you for broadcasting Rip. Thanks heaps.
There we go. Brayton Davison home in second place tonight. His first start in the Australian Speedway League Series, and he comes home with the win in car number 2. He started on the outside of the 5th row. Dylan, congratulations on the win, man. You had to work for that one, but when you got the lead, it was all smooth sailing out in front.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of figured everybody would be kind of around the bottom. The cushion was super tough, so I just changed every kind of setup you could and just tried to, because I was really bad in the heat race, and I changed everything. I went back to old setup, and it worked really good around the top. And once I finally got some clean air after that caution, I was able to pass some cars and just sail away.
Talk about the racetrack. I mean, especially down the front straight. I asked this question to Lachlan. I mean, you could just see the front end bouncing of the race car. How do you counteract that as a driver? You know, going at these speeds. You know, before you, it's basically a split second before you get into 1 and 2.
Well, there's so much you can do as a driver, and so much you can just hope that you doesn't send you in the wall. But obviously, you want to come a little bit lower, not right against the wall. So if it does throw you to the right, you can save it. I almost flipped there a couple times with it. But the other track conditions, 1 and 2 had real no cushion, so you kind of just had to send it up there and it would stick. And then 3 and 4, it was probably the biggest cushion I've ever seen in iRacing. Honestly, it was really built up there, so you kind of just have to ride it and hope it doesn't. Just hope you don't jump it and flip.
Coming to, I think, about 6 to go. Yellow comes out, sets up for a green-white checker. Were you nervous at all on that last restart? You know, knowing that Davison and Smith were behind you, who guys that you really haven't raced against before.
Yeah, for sure. I was pretty disappointed that Yellow came out because I had a good lead and was smooth sailing. But yeah, for sure. I don't know many of these guys. It's a cool experience to race with them. Obviously, I raced with a couple of them through official races or just any kind of pro dirt race there is. So yeah, but it was a good experience to race against all these guys and really had a clean race. I only think we had one contact the entire race, so it was definitely a clean race.
Well done on the win here. But before we let you get out of here, celebrate with the team, although it's probably not celebrating times. It's nearly 8, almost 8, 9 a.m. over there. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Accelerated, Team VLR setup was really good. I just threw something random at it and stuck, I guess. So accelerated Team VLR. Joe Berkeley for Down Under Graphics, Sick Paint tonight, Tac 3 Designs, and Burberry Designs. Thank you.
There we go. Dylan Simmelman with the win here this evening. The Australian Speedway League WP Concrete 360 Wing Sprint Car Series live from Volusia. That wraps us up for this evening. It's been a wonderful night. Super late models started the evening, put on a fantastic show. We've seen 2 cautions in that one in the main event where I'm having a blank on who won that one. I just had a mind blank. I can't think who won that Super Late Model race. Well done to Simmelman on the win in the Sprint Cars. It's been a fantastic night. Reminder, next week, 11th of July, we are not racing. So no racing on the 11th of July. We come back on the 18th, so 2 weeks' time from tonight will be round number 3 of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Model Series, and also the WP Concreting 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. Once again, a big thanks to WP Concreting Australian Speedway League for supporting this one and allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action again over the next 10 weeks of racing. 11 in fact, as I said, we're not racing next week. Big thanks to SETI Group Holdings for coming on board for the naming rights sponsor for our starting grid and finishing results. You can check them out on the web at www.seti.com. You can check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook as well, naming rights for the Ultimate Replays, bringing you all the action from any incidences that may have happened throughout tonight and last week as well, and they'll continue to do so for the rest of the season. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/UltimateDirtTV. Check out our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/UltimateDirtTV. Hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a cent. We'll have all of our videos uploaded to YouTube. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time, we'll have a stream on YouTube going as well as Facebook, so you can watch it in 1080p on YouTube, or if you prefer to watch it on Facebook, you can in 720p. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, it's Brett Wheeler saying good night. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Good night.